everyone, Justina here and welcome back to my channel where I like to make, create, and inspire fun art things with you. Today, as you see by the title, I have another blast from the past DIYs for you, which are fall inspired that you will absolutely love. At least I absolutely love them. These were some of my favorite DIYs that I did last year. I have a bunch of new subscribers, so I thought this would be a perfect way to get started in the fall season by sharing some of my old DIY projects. So if you like to see what I do, just keep on watching and let's art today. For my first DIY, I want to make a little sign, a scarecrow. So to do that, I have this fall sign that didn't really go with my home decor. So I was trying to remove the paper. It was giving me a hard time. So I just flipped it over, removed the handle, and started working on the staples. I have this little box cutter that has a little lip that helped remove the staples, but anything can help with that. I then sanded everything down with some Dollar Tree sandpaper just to give me a little texture so that my paint can adhere to it. I didn't like the color of the cardboard or the MDF board that it comes with, so I'm just mixing a bunch of paints together to come up with a brown that I like better, and then I will paint that all over the back of the board. After the paint had time to dry, I will now be working on his hat. I have this scrap piece of wood. It was either a scrap piece of wood or a ruler from Dollar Tree, and I'm just hot gluing it to the top to act as his hat bill, I believe it's called. Next, I have some of this old burlap ribbon from Walmart. I can't remember when I purchased it, but it was on clearance and I had about 2 rolls of it, and I think this was the last of that roll. So as you see here, I'm just bunching up that burlap ribbon all over the top of his hat just to give it more character and make it seem like it was a very old hat. That's what I was going for. Those old burlap hats that either farmers or scarecrows wear, and I will continue this until I have the look I'm going for. After that was glued down, I am taking more of that burlap ribbon and cutting out just the burlap part, not where it's painted or colored in, not the black part of the burlap, and I'm cutting it into strips and then hot gluing it all up the hat. Once that was glued, I wanted to give my scarecrow some hair, and to do so I have all of these fall leaves. Dollar Tree carries these fall leaves. I believe they come into a 50 pack or 100 packs every year, and I just love them because I use them on all of my fall projects. I'm just hot gluing it down into place just where I like it. Once I was done gluing down the leaves, it is now time to give my scarecrow a face. So I did have to look for a couple of references online just to get an idea of what I want my scarecrow to look like, and I'm going in with my black paint pen and I'm just sketching in all of his face. These are so fun to do because you can customize them however you like. If you're not confident in your freehand drawing, you can always use a Cricut machine. If you don't have a Cricut machine, there are a bunch of stickers that Dollar Tree carries every year that would be perfect for this project too. But like I said, if you freehand it, it's very unique and you can make it your own. Once the sketch was done, I will now take some acrylic paints and fill in his eyes, his nose, and give him some cheeks as well. All of these DIYs original videos will be linked in the description box down below if you want to go check them out after watching this video. After the paint was dried, I wanted to give him a little outfit, so I'm taking the black portion of that burlap ribbon that I cut earlier and making him like a little collar, cutting off the excess and then gluing in some more fall leaves, and that completes this DIY. Here's how my little Scarecrow sign turned out, and I absolutely love him. He has so much character in his face. He's so adorable and was really simple to do. You can find all of these materials at Dollar Tree right now, and I still have this little guy to this day. And for an added bonus, in the original video and in this video, I did decorate the back as well. This one has a little bit of a different face and different burlaps on the hat and on the little collar part, but I did everything pretty much the same. I would love to know what you think about this DIY down in the comments section below. Moving into our next DIY of the day, or in this video, I wanted to make a large pumpkin sign using Dollar Tree pumpkins in all different sizes. The first sign I took was this little orange pumpkin with the letter on the top of it. I don't have a letter S in my family or around me, so I just flipped over the pumpkin and decided to paint it with my own orange paints. So as you see here, I'm just dumping the paints onto the pumpkin and mixing them all together until I get the desired look that I'm going for. I then take another pumpkin sign, and as you see here, I'm just removing the center part of it and then do basically the same thing, dump a bunch of paint on top and mix it all around. Now at first I was going to paint all 4 pumpkins, I believe, in an orange color and at least slightly different, but then later I decided to change my design, and 2 pumpkins will be in orange and 2 pumpkins will be in a black and white striped pattern, as you will see here shortly. Here's how the pumpkins turned out. As you see here, I have 2 that are in orange and looks like a real pumpkin, and then 2 in this stripe pattern. Now I have one going horizontal and one going vertically up and down, just to make it slightly different, but I love the end result. The next part of this large sign, I needed a bucket to hold all of my pumpkins, and Dollar Tree has these galvanized pumpkins for a couple years now that I will use as my base. I also have a broomstick that will hold all of the pumpkins upright, but first I'm adding a little bit of rocks to the bottom of that bucket, adding a floral foam to the bottom of it so I can stick that broomstick in the middle, and then add more floral foam around it so that I can add some fall foliage all around the stick. As you see here, I'm taking more of those Dollar Tree leaves that come separately in a bag and adding it to some of the Dollar Tree floral picks that come with leaves, just to add more color and more depth into my little pot here. And as you see here, I did add some on popsicle sticks so that I can add them separately in different spaces. After I was done messing with the pot, it is now time to attach the pumpkins to the broomstick. To do so, I was just using a combination of hot glue and some duct tape. Now, depending on how permanent you want this is based on what type of glue that you want. I know that after every season I can just pull these off and it will be a good storage solution rather than this big pull in the way. This is how my little pumpkin sign turned out, and I absolutely love it. I love that it brings in a slight hint of Halloween, but still can be used all fall season, and it came out so wonderful. I believe it's about 4 feet high, depending on how high you want it. It's depending on how many pumpkins you put on your sign. If you made it this far and haven't yet subscribed, I would love for you to do that today. All you have to do is click on that big red subscribe button down below, and make sure to click on the bell notification so that YouTube can always notify you you when I upload a new video, and I would love for you to be part of my virtual art family. Once again, here is my little pumpkin sign and my little scarecrow outside, and I just absolutely love it. I would love to know what you think about these two DIYs down in the comment section below. Moving right into our next DIY, which is one of my favorites as well. I have 3 of these Dollar Tree foam pumpkins that Dollar Tree carries every year, and I really love these pumpkins. There are so many things you can do with them. As you see here, I have some black acrylic paint, and I will be painting 2 of the pumpkins in that black acrylic paint and 1 pumpkin in white acrylic paint. Next, I will be working on this little galvanized bucket that Dollar Tree carries every year, and this will be the vessel that will hold our pumpkins. I wanted to put a little pumpkin sign on it, so I have these letters that I purchased from Michael's. I believe they were $2 or $1, I don't remember, but just adding it to the galvanized pot there spelling out the word pumpkins. Dollar Tree carries these rub-on transfers. I'm not sure if they have them this year in this exact type of design, but I do know that they carry all different types of rub-on transfers, and these work perfectly on these galvanized signage, whether it be the pots or the little galvanized signs that Dollar Tree carries. I wanted to give my little galvanized pot a price, so I just cut out the 7 and a 5 on it, and then I will stick it onto the galvanized pot, rub it on, and it peels off so nicely, and it's still holding to this day. And lastly, for the galvanized bucket, I'm just adding a C to the back of the 75 numbers to indicate that it's 75 cents, not $75. And I'm adding those little things on the cent sign just to make it look like the cent sign, pretty much. Now that our pumpkins are nice and dry, I have the stems that I took off and I painted them white. Only 2 of the stems. And as you see here, I'm taking a paintbrush and some Mod Podge and painting it all over the stems, because now I'm taking some gold thick glitter and adding it to the stems just to give it some more detail. Next, it's time to assemble everything together. I added some rocks at the bottom of that galvanized pot just to give it some weight and it doesn't fall over. And then I'm adding some floral foam inside too, because I will be adding some skewers to the pumpkins, and I want to stick the skewers into this floral foam, as well as some greenery and some leaves. So as you see here, I'm just trying to find the best placement for each pumpkin. I stick the skewer into the floral foam and then into the pumpkin itself, since the pumpkins are foam as well. Now that I got the best placement for the pumpkins where I like them, I'm taking more of those fall leaves that Dollar Tree carries in a pack. I can't remember if they're 100 or 50 in a pack. Anyways, I use them every year and they are great for all of these fall projects. Now, as you see, I'm taking those stems and adding them back into the pumpkins. Those gold stems go into the black pumpkins, as you see here, and I painted the white pumpkin stem just black. Next, I'm adding some pine cones and some more fall leaves everywhere. I'm just using hot glue to attach everything together. Depending on how permanent and long lasting is determined on what type of glue that you use. Remember, you can decorate this however you like, but I think this would be perfect in your home decor for the fall season. It's just unique and I really loved how it turned out. This is how my little galvanized pumpkin pot turned out. I absolutely love it. Like I was mentioning earlier, this is so unique, and stuff like this in the big box stores can cost from anywhere from $20 all the way up to $50 to $60 depending on which store you go to, and you can make it for the fraction of that price at home using all the stuff from Dollar Tree. Here's how it looks with it turned around as well. I did all the decorations all around it, and I just really loved how this turned out. I would love to know what you think about this DIY down in the comment section below. Once again, here is a quick overview of all the DIYs that were in today's video. I really enjoy it, and these are some of my favorite DIYs for the fall season. I hope this helped inspire you to get into the fall season spirit and help give you some ideas for some of the DIYs that if you want to recreate. As always, I would love to know what you think about all of the DIYs down in the comment section below. If you are new here, I would love for you to stick around by hitting that subscribe button and joining my little virtual art family here on YouTube. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. It really does help out my channel, and I would love to try to reach 100 likes for today. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, I will see you in the next one.